Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Vanity number 3, a really intriguing series. So it's written by Jurii Kirnev, art by Natalia Tsarevnikova, edited by Andrea Lorenzo Molinari, lettering by Joel Rodriguez. So Vanity number 3. The second issue came out a while ago. I couldn't even tell you at what point it came out. It just feels like a very long time ago. So it is based off the true story about Elizabeth Bathory, who's also known as the Blood Countess. In this volume, this third chapter, it's about the legendary witch hunts that were going on at the time in 15th century Europe. So Bathory basically wound up becoming like a massive serial killer at some point. She was born into wealth. She winds up getting married off. She's already a little bit odd at that point. You can tell she doesn't kind of fit into society. She's not quite the level where she's a serial killer, but I would call her pretty free-thinking. And she weirdly sees a lot of the abuses going on. So in this issue, it is her seeing the witchcraft going on, the hypocrisy of the men around her. She attempts to try to like end some of that, the murder going on against the witches, and is of course like pushed back on. And then sees the hypocrisy of the people who are doing that. There's wars going on against Russia and I think Turks, and it's a lot of history, and it's a really interesting one. I think my negative about it has been such a long time since that second issue. It's kind of hard to remember everything, so this might wind up being a series to pick up when it is eventually collected, just because it seems to be such a long time between issues. But like, it's a really cool series taking us through real history. Bathory is related to, and I don't remember the exact relation, it's to Vlad Tepes, the person that was the inspiration for Dracula. So she's already kind of got this weird aspects about her. But I think the thing that's really interesting is yes, she eventually becomes like this mass killer, supposedly becomes this mass killer. Like, I don't know the full history of it. That's kind of why I'm really interested in the series. But to me, the intriguing thing is like, she's actually right a lot of times. She sees the bullshit that's going on in society and calls it out. I would generally call like a liberal woman, if that makes sense, in that she rejects the orthodoxy of the time. She rejects the influence of the church. She seems to reject religion. She kind of sees through the fakery and the crap that's going on. Like, she seems to not. She seems to be a bit more enlightened than those around her, and of course that gets her in trouble because 15th century, a smart woman who is opinionated probably wasn't all that popular. So it's a lot of her kind of going through this society, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see when she really turns to the supposedly like killer. It hasn't quite happened yet, but you can kind of see where it's gonna go, if that makes sense. So I think overall, like, it's a really cool use of comics to tell history. Again, my biggest issue is it's just a really long time since the second issue. So I'm really kind of like, I really want to know what the hell's going on with the next one. This ends Act 1. Act 2 begins the next thing. I also don't know why they're necessarily like renumbering it, so it'd be like Act 2 number 1 as opposed to just issue 4, Act 2 part 1, or like Act 2 part 1. Yeah, that would probably be the way I would do it. So I'm a little kind of about that, but like, this is a cool use of comics to tell history. The art is really interesting. It fits the storytelling really well. Obviously I don't know how accurate the clothing is and all that stuff. Like, I'm just not an expert on this. I don't know this history. But overall, I think this is a really interesting series. It does a really good job of kind of hitting key points in this person's life, and you kind of understand where they're going. You don't know if, you obviously don't agree with them, but you get it. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm really fascinated to see more of this story. So you can go get this. This is in comic shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. It'll tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage by doing that. You support our site, so thank you. And just watching our videos support us, so thank you for that. If you want the latest comic news, you can check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.